Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Pastoral Devotions for our church family at First Baptist Church, Lake Butler. I'm excited to get to share just two verses with you from Psalm 116. And before we dive in, I have specific memories of when I was growing up in our house in Little New Hampshire. I would remember that some nights when I couldn't sleep, when something was wrong, like I'd be feeling sick or I just, was feeling sad or whatever, I would call out to my parents. I didn't really have the guts to go and knock on their door. I'd just be like, Mom or Dad. And I would do that enough until somebody came. And the reason why I called out to them was because I knew that eventually they would hear, that they would actually hear, that they would actually respond. I had that knowledge as a child, and it was that knowledge that led me to keep calling out to them. And I want us to be encouraged today by this truth, that God hears you. Our God, the creator of the universe, the sustainer of every molecule of this entire planet, of this entire solar system universe, hears you. When you talk to him, when you cry out to him, he hears you. Look at Psalm 116, these first two verses. I love the Lord because he has heard my voice and my pleas for mercy. Because he inclined his ear to me, therefore, this is his resolve, I will call on him as long as I live. This is an amazing psalm. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's a psalm of deliverance where the poet expresses how God has just been so generous with him, how God has rescued his soul from death, how then he should respond in the end of how is he going to continue to live. In light of all that God has done for him, what is he going to do? And he says, I am going to offer a sacrifice. And if you were a Jew in that time, you'd be like, yeah, cool, sacrifices. Okay, so that means we're going to go get a goat or a bull or something, and we're going to have to go and kill it. No. What he says is he's going to offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving. It's going to be a different type of sacrifice, something else that God desires, and we know that from places like Hosea 6:6, where God says, I desire mercy, not sacrifice. God cares about our heart posture towards him, and here, that's expressed in this poet's response of coming to the Lord with thanksgiving. And why is that? Well, he gives lots of reasons in this psalm, in this poem, but most of all, I think, are in these first two verses, that he loves God because God hears him. No matter what you are going through, no matter what times are like right now, I know particularly in this moment, we all have personal challenges, maintaining sanity, keeping the house clean, making sure ends meet with finances. There's lots of things that are going through our minds right now. But I want you to know that no matter what you're going through, God hears you. Don't listen to the devil who wants you to think that God is distant and therefore doesn't care and therefore doesn't listen. That's not true. God hears you. I love the way that one Bible nerd puts it. He says, the Psalms don't just express emotions, but when they're sung in faith, when they're read in faith, they shape our emotions. And I think that is what happens when we read lines like this. We now love the Lord because he hears our voice. He hears our cries for mercy. So if you just want to express your thanks to him, do that. Be thankful. If you want to ask the Lord for things for him to do that. If you just want to talk to him because you're lonely right now, do that. Express your heart to the Lord. Take it to him. Cast your burdens on him because he does hear. I hope that's encouragement for you today. I love you all, and I will see you later.